Wow, we're on already. Which classes have I got? Give just a second for that signal to get out and for people to join us and know that we're here and what's going on. While they do, let's see if I can bang this out a little bit. Oh, I have to have my other glasses on. Tell I only took a year or two of piano lessons when I was in kindergarten and first grade and then stopped. Hey everybody, it's Pastor Steve from Christ Presbyterian Church in Tucson, Arizona. Welcome to another edition of Faith-Filled Friday. I come on Fridays at noon Tucson time just to give a little inspiration, a little challenge, a little check-in, whatever, just a reminder that our faith is important to live out, not just on Sundays in worship, but every day of the week. Welcome to Friday the 13th in the year of our Lord 2025. And that phrase, in the year of our Lord, is really important. You may not have recognized that hymn that I was trying to bang out there, but it's the old hymn called "This Is My Father's World." I did a little bit of reflection on it last Wednesday. On Wednesdays, I send out an email kind of reminding people about faith. And several people responded to the one this week about how sometimes my own personal mind and challenges in my own life cause me to let my mind wander into focusing on all of the problems and all the challenges and all my fears and anxieties and all of that. And when I change my focus back to God, when I remember that God's got this, things kind of come back to peace for me. It was really based on this hymn. It was a hymn that I had kind of been meditating on and one I grew up on. But I was going to play it for you, but I really stink at playing. And I'm okay at singing, so let me sing it for you. This is my Father's world, and to my listening ears, all nature sings and round me rings the music of the spheres. This is my Father's world, I rest me in the thought of rocks and trees, of skies and seas, his hand the wonders wrought. I think about that opening verse about how it reminds us that God's the one that made this world. God's the one that put it together, and God's got it figured out. And when things go awry, when life doesn't work out in the way it really, I think, should, that I think it should, that I wish it would, I have to remember that God's still in charge. Our country, this world, is at such unrest in ways that we haven't been in a while. And the second verse speaks to that in a very powerful way. So hear these words. This is my Father's world. Oh, let me ne'er forget that though the wrong seems oft so strong, God is the ruler yet. This is my Father's world, the battle is not done. Jesus who died shall be satisfied, and earth and heaven be one. O-N-E, one. The battle isn't about winning. The battle is about being and being one. And in the midst of a country that is just at strife and doesn't know how to work out its problems except to just be mean to each other, you and I as Christians need to rise above. We need to remember the words to this hymn, that though the wrong seems oft so strong, God is the ruler yet. And we need to turn to God and ask God for help to find a way for us to be at peace with one another so that the battle can be won, O-N-E, not a divisive battle against each other, but a battle together to find what is best, what is godly, what is faithful, what is peaceful. So in the midst of all this strife, and in the midst of my own personal strife that I face sometimes in my life, I return to this hymn. This is my Father's world. No matter who else is running it in any country, it's still God's world, and God's got this. And when I remember that, I act more faithfully. I work in ways to make sure it's about God and not me, not any one particular or one particular country. Jesus who died shall be satisfied, and earth and heaven be one. O-N-E, not W-O-N. Get it? You better. We need you as people of faith to get it and proclaim it and live it. So, find peace in yourself by knowing that God's got you and that all the struggles in your life, though they continue, God's with you in them and God's got it. And all the struggles that we have as a nation and as a world, we got to figure out a way to be at peace with one another so we can find the solutions that will bring unity, oneness. This is God's world. God's got it. And though the wrong seems oft so strong, God is the ruler yet. Grace and peace to you this day, in whatever chaos you're facing and whatever challenges you're facing. God's with you. God's got this. Have you got God? If you do, you better make sure it's faithful and it's about God, not you. Grace and peace. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Faith Filled Friday. See you next week.